Nobody ever sat me down when I was 22 years old and said, there was a time when I never thought twice about walking across our property to get into the truck. I'd grab my purse, head out the door, and off we'd go. These days, because of some health challenges, walking isn't as easy as it once was. One day, John quietly drove the truck right up to the front door. He didn't make any big announcement about it. He just started doing it. He didn't say, "Look what I'm doing for you." He just does it. And as I climb into our truck, I'm thinking, this is what love looks like now. 46 years ago, love might have looked more like flowers, gifts. Today, it looks like 30 fewer steps to the truck. And do you know what? I don't love him less because the flowers aren't there. I love him more because I know the heart behind those 30 fewer steps. Nobody told me that one day John and I'd be sitting there comparing doctor visit schedules and trying to get our calendars to work instead of making spontaneous plans. Nobody told me we'd look forward to quiet evenings together more than busy weekends. Nobody told me that one day I'd look across the room and realize he got older. And somehow I did too. But here's what nobody told me. That love didn't get smaller. It got deeper. And if you've been married for many years and you've noticed your marriage changing as you've grown older, I want to encourage you today. Because by the end of this video, I hope you'll see that while love may look different now, it can actually become richer than you could ever imagine. Welcome to God Stories with Annette, and if you're new here, I'm so glad you joined us. This channel is a place where Christian women in the second half of life discover God's fingerprints in everyday moments. We talk honestly, we laugh, sometimes we cry, but most importantly, we're always coming back to God's Word because His truth never changes, even when life does. Now, point number one, love becomes more thoughtful. When John and I first got married, love looked very different. We had energy. We stayed up late, got up early. We could jump up in the car and just almost go anywhere without thinking twice. Now, love looks different. Love looks like John pulling the car up to that front door. I don't have to walk across the property. Love looks like him calling from the kitchen, "Hey, honey, do you need anything before I come sit down next to you?" Love looks like watching to see if one of us is hurting. Love looks like helping each other set up for ministry events because lifting tables isn't as easy as it used to be. The grand gestures, they have become fewer. The thoughtful gestures have become greater. Philippians 2:4 tells us, "Let each of you look out, not only for his own interest, but also for the interest of others." That's exactly what love begins to look like after decades together. Not flashy, but faithful. One thing that still makes me smile is watching John. He'll sit through a movie that isn't really his favorite kind of movie because he knows I enjoy it. And I'll do the same for him as well. When I want to spend an entire day fishing and let me enjoy those long hours fishing because he knows how much I love it. He doesn't complain, he supports me, and then joins me for the last couple of hours of the day. Those little things may not sound exciting, but after 46 years, those little things mean everything. Can I tell you something that surprised me? I expected marriage to become comfortable, but I didn't expect it to become such a deep friendship. Our friendship today is stronger than I could have ever imagined. And when I look at John, I don't see a man who's about to turn 70. I see the man who loves me, who cares for me, and who would give his life for me. And I see a man, I don't know, that looks about 40 in my eyes. And one of my favorite parts of the day is simply just sitting together. Sometimes it's sitting together on the boat, talking about ministry, our family, the grandchildren. and the boat gently rocks beneath us, and a soft breeze just drifts by across the water. There are moments when we're completely quiet and yet we're still together. And I can hear him breathing beside me, and he can hear me. He notices if I become frustrated because my breathing gets a little heavier. And I notice him watching the birds as they glide overhead or swoop down to the water. John has always loved watching birds. Those quiet moments have become some of my favorite conversations. There isn't a rush to feel the silence as we sit there. Thoughts from the past week or something weighing on our hearts naturally come to mind, and we talk about them, pray about them, and simply enjoy being together. There are no interruptions, no schedules to keep, just two people who have spent a lifetime together, sharing another peaceful moment. Sometimes it's just sitting quietly in the evening at home, and sometimes it's laying beside him with my head on his chest, just listening to his heartbeat. Nothing dramatic, just together. Ecclesiastes 4:9 says, "Two are better than one." And as we've grown older, I've discovered that's about much more than getting things done. It's about sharing life. One thing about growing older has taught us is that neither one of us can be everything for the other. Our bodies have changed. Our health has changed. Our energy level has changed. Life has changed, but Jesus hasn't. And people sometimes ask if John and I have leaned on each other during difficult seasons. And the honest answer is we've leaned on Jesus first. That's always been true. We love each other deeply, but we both know only Christ can carry the weight of our souls. Isaiah 40:31 reminds us that those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. Now, there are days John encourages me, and there are days I encourage him, but every day, Jesus is the one that strengthens both of us. And I'll be honest with you, there are things I miss. I miss how much energy we had. I miss being able to stay up until midnight and get up early the next morning. I miss not having to think about doctor's appointments. I miss bodies that didn't ache. I miss not having to remember medication schedules. But there are things I wouldn't trade. I wouldn't trade the friendship we've built. I wouldn't trade the trust. I wouldn't trade the peace that comes from knowing this man that has walked beside me through every season of life. This week, I want to challenge you to notice one act of love your husband does that you've started taking for granted. Maybe it's taking out the trash. I love when John does that. Maybe it's making coffee. Maybe it's asking how you're feeling. Maybe it's sitting beside you at the end of a long day. Tell him you noticed, because appreciation has a beautiful way of keeping love alive. And one thing nobody ever told me about growing older with the person you love is that it happens so quietly. One day you wake up and you realize, I got older. You got older. But here's what I've discovered. Love doesn't disappear. It changes. It becomes gentler, more patient, more selfless, more grateful, more like Jesus. And honestly, I wouldn't trade that kind of love for anything. Now receive this truth. God can make your marriage richer every season of life. Replace the lie. Our best years are behind us. And replace it with God's truth. God is still deepening our love, one ordinary day at a time. Today, before the day ends, tell your husband one thing you genuinely appreciate about him. Not because he needs to earn it, but because gratitude strengthens love. Friend, if your marriage looks different today than it did 20 or 40 years ago, that doesn't mean it's becoming less beautiful. It may simply be becoming deeper. The love that lasts isn't built on excitement. It's built on thousands of ordinary moments where two imperfect people keep choosing each other while learning to keep choosing Jesus. And remember, God is not finished with you yet.